What is up, everybody? Purple and Gold podcast for Friday, May the 8th, Massachusetts edition here as I am on the road this upcoming week. LSU is on the road this weekend playing, of course, the Georgia Bulldogs in Athens. Georgia comes in 2.5 game lead in the SEC, 18-6 overall. They've been the best team in the conference all year. Their RPI is 16. LSU comes in, of course, winning 5 in a row. Their RPI is 55. LSU probably needs to win this series uh, to have some sort of realistic shot at the NCAA tournament. Injury report, Kason Evans is listed as questionable. Omar Cerna is off the injury report. He should be good to go. Chris Stanfield also listed as questionable. I would not expect him to play. Zach York's questionable. I don't think that matters. And of course, Jake Brown and Cooper Moore are out. So the big news there would be Cerna being available and Kason Evans possibly being available either in relief or on Sunday. And why do I say that? Well, we have pitching matchups. Tonight, as I record this on Friday, will be William Schmidt for LSU against Joey Volchko for Georgia. And on Saturday, LSU will start freshman Marcos Paz against Georgia junior right-hander Dylan Veig. Georgia and LSU both have TBD on their Sunday starters. How would I use Kason Evans if he's available? That depends on what he can give me. If I thought he could give me 4 or 5 innings, then I would attempt to start him on Sunday if needed. If I didn't think he could give me 4 or 5 innings, if I thought he could give me an inning or two, I would certainly use him late in one of the first 2 games if LSU had an opportunity to win. I don't think I would put him into the Friday or Saturday games if LSU was behind. Volchko has a 3.63 ERA. 76 strikeouts in 62 innings. He's been a Friday night guy. Veig has a 2.35 ERA, 56 strikeouts in 46 innings. The strength of Georgia's team has been in their offense, and it's been in their ability to hit the home run. They did lose one of their starting outfielders, basically a Jake Brown type, Henry Allen, to a knee injury. He is lost for the season. So that'll be a little bit of something that Georgia will have to overcome. But look, I mean, you don't get to 18-6 in the league by accident. They haven't had really a bad weekend. And if you're LSU, you're hoping that they have the bad weekend this weekend at the right time. LSU would certainly like to win 2 here, win 2 against Florida, get to 13-17, get that RPI up into the high 40s, possibly track down Kentucky and Tennessee in the SEC pecking order, and then see where you stand going into Hoover. Let's shift gears a little bit. Small but big football update, if that makes any sense. Lane Kiffin did reveal yesterday that Sam Leavitt will be good to go when fall football starts. The expectation is that he will do some summer work. They did release the first photo shoot of him in his LSU uniform. And quite frankly, this is good news because LSU needs Sam Leavitt to be their starting quarterback all throughout fall camp, and they need him to be their starting quarterback Labor Day weekend against Clemson. I think Husan Longstreet and Landon Clark certainly made some strides in spring football, but neither one of those guys is ready to start a football game and run LSU's offense against a top 25 team like Clemson. So good news on the Sam Leavitt front. Everything seems to be moving in the right direction there. LSU's men's basketball team, has some semblance of a roster now. And, of course, Will Wade's done a couple of interviews since we last did an episode where he has talked about the fact that they have even more than that. So let's talk about what they do have. So we knew about Mo Diabate. the transfer from Kentucky who had played at Alabama and Kentucky. Um, LSU is counting Ahmad Hudson, the five-star football and basketball recruit. He'll be an early enrollee. They're counting him as a member of next year's basketball team. I don't know how much he'll play. Uh, they got their third public commitment from Marcio Santos, who is playing professionally in Israel. He's a 6'9" big from Brazil. He is 23 years old. He is a grown man. Uh, he was a second round NBA draft pick who was a draft and stash who never obviously played in the NBA. So he should be somebody who can contribute. He hits threes. He's got that European international style of being a big guy who can shoot. And then they got their fourth public commitment yesterday, a normal college transfer, a Michigan State transfer. Divine Ugochukwu is how I believe you say his name. He started a little bit for Michigan State, suffered an injury, and didn't play the back half of the season. He's a guy, though, I think will be a contributor on this team. He can shoot the three a little bit, drive, really get downhill. So I think he'll be a guy that will be one of the 7 or 8 or 9 rotational players. Why is that important? Well, it's important because Will Wade went on John Rothstein's podcast and did a long form interview with John Rothstein, and he also went on Tingle and Company and did the same. And he revealed that they have 7 or 8 commitments already. And he also revealed that one of the mistakes he thought he made last year at NC State was paying too many guys. He paid 12 or 13 guys, and you don't play 12 or 13 guys. Now, I mean, obviously, you're going to pay everybody something because of the rev share and the NIL. But I think when he's talking about paying 8 or 9 guys, I think he means let's pay 8 or 9 guys real money, and let's get the best 8 or 9 guys. And so there are some guys. There's a player. His last name is Niang, who's being linked to LSU. He's a guy playing in France, and that number may be as high as $5 to $7 million. Alan Graves, who of course transferring from Santa Clara, but his name is also in the NBA draft. If he doesn't go in the NBA draft, he would decide between LSU and Duke. The number being thrown around for him is as high as $4 million. So you can see where this would get pricey on just a handful of guys. And so I think what Will has expressed, and I think it's probably the right way to go, is let's pay the 8 or 9 guys that we really feel like would play. Will Wade also said, based on the commitments that he believes that he has, this would be a top 15 team. Now, look, there's names everywhere out there, from R.J. Luis, who used to play at St. John's, who's in the G League, to a guy by the name of Jean Montero, who some people say, if he came to America, would be the best player in college basketball. LSU's been linked to him. I don't know who LSU has or who they don't have beyond the 4 guys we just talked about. Will Wade's never been shy. He's never not been a brash guy. If he feels like the 8 or 9 guys he's going to end up with on the first day of school will be a top 15 team, I believe him. His first year at LSU when they made the NIT is the only time he's never taken a team to the NCAA tournament. Chattanooga, VCU, McNeese, every other year at LSU, NC State. Always been in the NCAA tournament. I expect this next edition of LSU basketball to be no different. So that'll wrap it up here. I'm on the road this week in Massachusetts and Connecticut, but we will get some episodes in, and we will continue to talk about LSU's baseball season and all things beyond. Let's hope that the Tigers can win at least one game this weekend, maybe somehow pull out 2, and keep those NCAA tournament hopes alive. We'll be talking about it. Please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Please follow me on all social media. As always, be good to one another. Always boot up. And always, 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 go Tigers.